Hello, and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Amy McNee, SVP of Global Solution Architecture at Informatica. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Anusha Dandapani, Chief Data and AI Services Officer at the United Nations International Computing Center, or UNICC. So thank you for joining today, Anusha.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for having over, and thank you to CDO Magazine.
Great. Well, listen, you have a really interesting career path. So, just to get started, can you tell the audience a little bit about your journey to this position at UNICC?
Um, Thank you, Amy. I think I would start with where I started my career. So I started my career as software engineer, where I actually developed a very strong foundation in technology and very much focused on problem solving. And I think over time I transitioned into uh, sort of a software engineer, very much focused on a financial services sector, and where I combined my technical capabilities and the skills, and also with the understanding of the unique challenges that we had in financial services as a industry itself. Yeah, so this kind of a path allowed me to gain a holistic perspective of both tech and a business, because the understanding of the financial domain actually sort of helped me, um, leading me to my current role, because focusing on data and AI and how we can drive innovative AI solutions by applying AI and data to problem solving was very crucial. And for me to transition to an organization like ours, which is a humanitarian organization, the foundation in data science and especially problem solving definitely helped me in this journey to this position. And I also believe that having this holistic perspective of both tech and business domains is a very, very important skill set, what we call as a T-shaped sort of capabilities that you want to build as an individual. I think that helped me um, land to the current role where I am at.
I really like the sentiment that you're sharing there because having the domain expertise or understanding what it is you're trying to develop, it actually helps you build better tech. And I know in the last 10 or so years, I've worked with a lot of companies to plan data strategy. And the
Mm,
first thing we do is focus on what is the business driver. And we've, gone
yeah.
so far as forcing the business into the room with IT. Sometimes that's like an eighth grade dance. You have the boys on one side and the girls on the other. But it's really effective, and getting that understanding just helps us build so much better for so much better systems. So all right, well, I'm going to talk about it. I have to talk about it. There's so
Mhm.
much buzz in the market about
Yeah.
AI. I think you can't walk down the street without hearing something about AI.
Yes.
So so from your perspective,
Hmm.
how important is it to identify really purpose-driven use cases as part
Yeah.
of an AI strategy? Because we see a lot of people they have AI as technology and they're looking for a way to apply it to get value. But what
Mm.
are some of the characteristics you look for when you're planning how you're going to apply your AI strategy?
I think I would perhaps first think about identifying a purpose driven use case, right? Like, because that is absolutely critical to a success of an AI strategy. Yeah. But it kind of helps, also ensures, right? Like that the AI initiatives are actually aligned with the organization and also with the overall goal of the organization. Yeah. That is one of the key, I would say, the characteristics that you should have in a sort of a purpose driven use case, and a clear business objectives of, like, what sort of outcomes are we hoping to achieve with these AI solutions, or the strategy that you are going to focus on. Yeah. See, end of the day, the main problem most organizations do have when it comes to driving their AI strategy is the concept that they have the biggest problem of the data. Additionally, making sure that regardless of the use cases that you're trying to address, the real pain point most organizations, or the opportunity itself for the business that I see, is because of the lack of data and having the possibility to have right taxonomy within your data sets. And also the data quality plays a very, very important role in also driving your outcomes using the AI solutions that you're bringing forth. Yeah. So overarchingly, we do believe that starting with purpose driven use cases is a good starting point, and that is the critical sort of component of our AI strategy.
I hear a lot from data leaders
Mm-hmm.
that there's a lot of experimentation that's happening in
Yeah.
AI, but they struggle to go from
Mm-hmm.
experiment to production. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of it is it's one thing to
Mm,
pull some data, clean it up once. It's a whole nother thing when you
mm,
need to operationalize that for sustained use.
mm.
And so I think actually really understanding the purpose, like you said, that purpose driven use case, I think it's such a great point because now you're not trying to boil the whole ocean. You're
Yeah.
focused on a very specific segment of your data and you can get that right. And then the next time you can get more right. And the next time you can get more right. And that helps you create sort of a sustainable process.
Yeah.
Um, so the topic of governance has become a really important aspect of
Yes.
scaling AI initiatives because data is, I mean, it's such a critical ingredient.
Yeah.
Can't do AI without data. What advice would you give, someone who's building this for creating a sustainable,
Mm.
scalable governance program? What do you think are the most important things they need to think about?
Um, I think again, AI governance is crucial for organizations, yeah, that are also sort of perhaps further along in their data maturity journey. And from our humanitarian perspective, where we see it is also very helpful for organizations like ours to ensure that we are starting with responsible and ethical AI practices. And of course, we start with the minimum risk mindset and making sure that these AI sort of systems that we are building are effective and effective enough in the sense that we want to make sure that we are building the foundation of data governance in what we are starting with. Yeah, because that is the key to the success of the AI solutions that we are building, and establishing this clear policies around data quality, data privacy, and security comes as the sort of the front and center of everything that we do. And also, one thing that we are very much focused on is our governance is always based on frameworks, especially for international governance of AI, right? Like, because we have to evolve alongside the AI technologies, because it doesn't matter the kind of approaches that we use. If we are not evolving our governance framework along with the technologies, we won't be able to keep up with the advancements that's happening right now. Yeah. But overall, we do have this five overarching guiding principle, but that we do start and with the governance framework, and it has like around seven functions of the five guiding principles, but that we do believe in, that is not only for the governance of the institutions but also from an overarching perspective. How do we govern our data governance in an organization like ours? Is that we definitely want to start governing AI, which is inclusively, in the sense it is beneficial for all. And second, whatever we are developing for the public interest has this component of data governance first, right? Like, data governance and making sure that the data that we are using has the purpose of data commons in the mindset, and then also making sure it is a multi-stakeholder collaboration, because an organization like ours will definitely have so many sort of human rights law, the policies that we need to adhere to, and the international communities, making sure that we are aligning with the sustainable development goals, which is SDGs. So making sure these overarching guiding principles are considered in the governance framework is our first starting point. And of course, it doesn't matter, having the strong foundation for data governance is a must in implementing AI governance.
Anusha, I can't thank you enough for joining me today and sharing your insights and some of your experience with the audience. So please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews and have a great day.